welcome to the capital lands, where there's slime, and there's bat skulls, and there's all sorts of creepy other things, where everyone's bitter. It's like PEI, but not really. Yes! So, this is Battle Chasers, where you have Ike from Fire Emblem.
Fighting with a punchy girl and a giant
That looks
robot.
like Cammy from Street Fighter. Any of them.
Actually, she looks more like Link, you said.
Oh, she looks like Link. Yeah, and anyways, she looks like Link. The Striker game, there was a character that looked like Link. Apparently this is Link Week. I don't know why, it just seems like Link Week.
Well, if the alien was more Link looking and...
It was green. Could be Link. Yeah, so this is like a classic RPG. Sort of a throwback. It's got, you know, they all pretty much fall out from the sky. They're looking for the person's father that disappeared. And
well, actually, from what I saw, it's more... they're actually looking for a infinite resource of mana, and then they find out why this place of infinite mana is so kept secret.
Well, I know that the father disappeared and he left a lot of treasure and deadly weapons, and everyone's chasing after them.
And they're battling along the way, so there's the title!
Yeah, so everyone's chasing after them and they get blown out of the sky and on an island. Fall on an island, and some of them find each other, and the rest we don't know yet because
we haven't played that far. But
yeah,
from what we've played, it basically more or less cuts right to the chase. In contrast to
chase.
Yeah, as opposed to like most of the other RPGs we played, where there's like this
like
lengthy
hour of cinematics.
Yeah, like a very lengthy cutscene, and it's basically just putting us through the tutorial. Here, this game just drops you right into the middle of the action, just says, play it.
Yeah, it's pretty straightforward. I mean, you learn some abilities along the way. The graphics to me look like, what if Torchlight was made today? Like this almost feels like Torchlight meets a classic Final Fantasy game. Classic Final Fantasy, like a light version of Final Fantasy.
So
in terms of story, and the graphics look like a more lush Torchlight 3. That's what it feels like, or like Diablo.
A bit of Diablo, especially since you mentioned that some of the dungeons actually randomly generate.
Yeah, apparently they do, and it's based off of a comic from like 20 years ago, and they did like a Kickstarter for it, and yeah, I guess it was successful. My main criticism of this game is like, it feels like there's dots on the map and you have no idea what they are until you actually walk along them. So you like walk around each part of the map.
And I should probably clarify. So what makes this different from all the other JRPGs we've played, or even RPGs in general, is that it's more or less a sort of top-down map mode sort of thing.
Yeah.
And that's how most of the gameplay is. Random encounters, there's no random encounters. You just bump into a red bubble.
Yeah, so it's kind of like Earthbound in that sense compared to like Final Fantasy. It's kind of like that, or Link 2 on the NES, where you just bump into enemies.
Yeah, but you know that the enemies there. Yeah, it's definitely like Link, like Legend of Zelda 2, but a lot more linear.
Yeah, that's the other thing. Like, it feels like and it's not, I wouldn't say it's hard. And from what I've heard, like, the game doesn't get very hard compared to classic RPGs, so it's sort of almost like a
beginner's RPG.
Yeah, it's almost like a beginner's RPG.
Which
from what
I don't have any problem with it.
The menus, I find like there's a lot of menus to go through, so as long as you don't go into the menus and like you don't get stuck there, then you know you're not going to be slowed down by it.
Even then, it's very straightforward. Everything about this game is like the most straightforward RPG we've ever played in a while.
Yeah, I really like the graphics. I think the story is okay. Like, so far, it's okay. It's not like super epic.
Yeah, it's not like, in my opinion, it's not as like epic as Ni no Kuni 2 or as very plot twist heavy as the Dragon Quest 11. But
yeah, I think if you're interested in finding out more about Gully, the female protagonist,
and her father.
Yeah, like what happened to her father, then I think you'll really enjoy this game. It's like $30, $32 on Steam. I think the lowest I've seen is like $20, and I think there's DLC. I'm not sure.
Yeah, which I mean is not bad for like an RPG of this caliber, especially one that you're just starting out with. Like with $20 a pop, I mean like Dragon Quest and Ni no Kuni both run like $60. Yeah, $60 to $80. But with this, you get like free like a third of that. A third of the price.
I think if you can get this for like 17 or 20, I think that's what I've seen on sale now. Go for it. The game's about 2 years old. I think it's decently well known about, at least online. But if you can find it for sure for about 17, 20 bucks, I think it's totally worth it.
Oh yeah,
you'll enjoy it.
Yeah, especially if you're new to RPGs and you want to get a good feel of it.
And I think the voice acting is good too.
Oh yeah, definitely. But unfortunately, some areas just don't have the voice acting in it.
Yeah, it's kind of weird because you talk to some characters and like they won't say anything for the first 5 minutes.
And then like the last line is like
bye. It's like wow.
Yeah, but I mean it's not as egregious as like Ni no Kuni 2 where you have a cutscene where they're just talking to each other and then it just cuts to another cutscene where they just actually outright talk.
Yeah, or they have like grunts from what I remember. I think they had like a grunt at the end of the conversation like Ugh.
That and also you don't get to hear people go, Nala, Evan!
Yeah. So I definitely say check it out. We played a lot of like RTSs / RPGs.
This is more an RPG than an RTS. In RTS, you basically have like a bunch of armies. You right click.
Definitely, I'd say like look for it. There's nothing really I think like Steam on Steam. I mean, right now that I've seen.
And if there are, nothing as pricey. Well, not pricey, but like the opposite of pricey for this.
Well, yeah, there's quite a lot of value for the $20 or $30 you're paying for here. I don't know how long the game is, but yeah, definitely check it out. It seems interesting.
I give it a 9 out of 10.
Yeah, I'm thinking 8 or 9. It's quite polished, and this is something I play until the next big RPG out there.
And if you're a big fan of the comic book it's based off, go grab it.
Yeah, you probably already own it at this point since it's been a few years. So, all right.
Keep on battle chasing.
Go chase some enemies, or maybe they'll chase me.
And then we'll battle them for money.